Welcome to My Wild Magic with me, your host, Adrienne Cobb. Join me on a journey back home to your truest self in this inspiring, enlightening, and entertaining show. After a near-death experience in a car crash at 15 years old, I made a choice to stay and brought back with me 3 simple truths that I found from the other side. Love is all there is. Our time is over here quicker than we think, and we all have a purpose, a soul blueprint to fulfill. On this show, you will find a higher purpose, a creative expression, and unique soul attributes that you can bring forth into this world. Stay tuned with me for the next hour and find your higher purpose on My Wild Magic, starting now. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being on. I am Adrienne Cobb, and you're listening to My Wild Magic with Adrienne on the Transformation Talk Radio. Transformation Talk Radio has a lot of other programs that I highly encourage you to check out as well. Dr. Pat's show is always pretty entertaining, and there's many other shows and a lot of cool guests out there as well. So for today, we're going to be doing the Voyager cards. We're going to be doing a monthly sort of tune into our life path kind of energy here. I know I've got a lot of moving balls in the air right now, a lot of new things going on, and would love to have some extra guidance right now. So hope that'll be helpful for you too. I also have the March solstice quest coming up, March 14th through the 22nd. And you can check that out at mywildmagic.com. Again, that is mywildmagic.com. And for virtual soul quest, one of the things that happens is we usually do, it's kind of like meditation style, but it's like a quantum physics type thing where we are opening up a quantum prayer field. And we are soul traveling, going in on the inner levels each night at about 5 Pacific to about 5:45 Pacific. And we are working with this particular quest in March will be for the working with Mary Magdalene's energy, bringing in that higher cosmic flow, cosmic downloads that are coming in and supporting us. We're also working with Serapis Bey, who is an ascended master that comes out of Egypt, the Egyptian temples there, and as well as Archangel Gabriel, who governs that. And Serapis Bey and Archangel Gabriel govern the third eye, so the 6th chakra, helping with clarity. So this is a really nice energy that brings forth clarity into the energy field and the ascension flame. So we got the ascension flame, we got the flame of purity, giving us some extra bonus clarity for this month, and particularly within this solstice energy that we're going to be moving through as we go through, into our springtime energy. So again, that's mywildmagic.com. The other energy that we're going to be going into as we start the call today, this podcast, is we're going to be working with the Mother Mary cards. They are really nice cards. They're actually one of my more favorite cards. And the Mother Mary Oracle by Alana Fairchild. One reason I really like this set of cards is because I find that the information is usually pretty accurate and more detailed than some of the other cards that are out there. Like usually you have to do a lot of interpreting for tarot cards. And with these Mother Mary cards, I find they're kind of to the point. So they're a little bit lengthy in terms of what we're going to read here to get started. And then we'll move on into the gemstones, 3 different decks of cards with the Voyager, an angel card, and a gemstone. And you can just basically tune in to which of the decks might be most applicable to you in this moment. It may be that all 3 are, is kind of a journey that we unravel. So with that energy, we're going to go ahead and open up here. All righty. So with the Mother Mary card, the one that came in and how we do group energy when we're working with the tarot cards is that we're all sort of connected through a morphogenetic field energy, a light. So, what I'm kind of doing when I'm pulling the cards today, I'm tuning into our group energy. And it's not only just for this moment, if you're listening live, but it's also for anybody who might be listening later, that the timing for them might be really valuable for hearing this reading at whatever time they choose in. But we're just calling in that collective energy. We're tapping into source energy, drawing that energy, that cosmic force of pure love and light, clearing our chakras, our nervous system, our spinal column, our crystalline core, upgrading all the systems of our body, tapping into the heart of the earth, really grounding out our energy in the heart of the earth, and then bringing that new earth resonance, new earth frequencies back up through the bottoms of our feet, knees, hips, up into our heart, and expanding around our heart like a great central sun, like a big ball of light all around us. And in that energy, we're going to call in to any of the perfect universal frequencies that are working best for you today. So the perfect universal frequencies to download into your body that are helping you to be at your highest vibrational resonance at all times and in all ways, clearing anything in the way of your path moving forward with grace and gratitude, clearing that energy out. And as we send that pure love and light all the way out around the earth itself and opening back up for love or above energy, coming back and really meeting us right where we're at, blessing us, aligning our energy in a synchronicity of miracles. So that's just a nice way to kind of qualify the energy as we get into reading the energy. So again, we're going to start here with the Mother Mary Oracle cards. And the one that came in today is card number 24, and it deals with Our Lady of Great Power. So really beautiful cards, Our Lady of Great Power. So let's see what that one has to say to us today. And this one also comes with a little meditation at the end, which is nice. So just the opening of the card is coming from, in this case, Mother Mary energy. My robes form the heavens above. In my sacred feet, the earth spins. In my eyes, the stars of the night sky are born and shine. My hair forms galaxies, and in my heart, many suns burn with divine love. What is there that could be greater than I? I that am all, I that am love. Any fear, any doubt, any problem or concern, I hold you in my being so vast. There is nothing more powerful than I. I am the love that is all that you are. And so, you know, for this one, really noticing if there's anything you may be going through in this moment. So fear can loom so large at times that it might seem impossible to conquer. Doubt, despair, grief, and rage may take possession of our being, and all of a sudden there is no way out of the negativity or horror that we may be brave enough to feel. As part of our honest, emotional human journey, we are asked to feel these challenging emotions. They are part of what help us rally the courage and strength to make choices that are helpful and healing to our planet whenever we can. If we cannot feel the horror of what is happening around us, we might lack the passion needed to summon all our strength to act, to heal, to help, and to speak out. It takes truly a great leader to be a great warrior for love on this planet. This leader does not give us false hope or imaginings that all the problems that need solving will just magically go away. If we close our eyes and hope hard enough, instead, this leader inspires us with genuine encouragement and empowerment. This leader is honest about our healing light really being needed on this planet. There are environmental and socioeconomic problems on this planet that are not all right and will need to fall apart so that healing can occur for the greater good. Without the honest, conscious acknowledgement that there is part wounding in our world that needs repair, we can be left with an undercurrent of anxiety, a feeling that something is wrong, but it is not being openly acknowledged. Without this acknowledgement, constructive solutions are not being implemented. We must be careful that we don't allow our genuine optimism, which keeps us open and active, to become a source of falsehood. We must not allow it to tell us that nothing need happen and everything is fine when the Divine Mother tells us that it is not true at all. We need to be honest with ourselves and our suffering. We need not fear it. We need to be aware of it. And through that awareness, healing can occur. Yet we also need that leader to inspire us with genuine hope and self-esteem, which helps us feel empowered to be able to make a difference. This will prevent us from collapsing into despair, believing that nothing can change, whether in our own lives or in the world around us. Our Lady of Great Power comes with a special message from such inspired spiritual leadership, which is the leadership of the Heavenly Mother herself. She tells us that no matter what we may be trying to accomplish upon the earth, she has the power to assist us towards success, and that power is beyond any obstacle. No matter whether a personal matter, a social matter, or environmental issue, legal or financial issue, spiritual crisis, or beloved other that needs help, we can pray to her and she will provide us with what is needed. Our job is to act on that with trust, praying, listening, responding, waiting, acting, and reflecting. This is how we live with her in her grace and in the magnificence of her great power. She asks now that you dispense with any habits or beliefs that it all must be accomplished on your own. She knows that you have struggled to find the support you have needed at times in your past, and she asks that you put that behind you now. It helped you grow strong and develop self-reliance, but your task is different now. You have the strength and enough self-awareness to know who you are and what has meaning for you. You know to remain true to yourself, even if you are in partnership or collaboration, joining forces with others. You're being asked to allow yourself to be helped so that you can become an empowered channel for her grace to reach the world. So pray, be open, and know that she is powerful beyond measure. It's kind of timely, I feel, because in a way, we just had Women's Day yesterday, and we're kind of in celebration with that all week. So happy Women's Day, and really calling into that energy of the divine feminine. So whether we're talking about Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, Isis, any particular being of light, particularly that holds that divine feminine resonance, that this particular information is coming in from the divine feminine. And that's a really key place, to kind of call in balance and really open your heart to right now. So for the healing process and affirmation, imagine that you are floating but grounded in your body in an open, vast space. It is like floating upon an ocean of the universe. Imagine that you can take any issue, problem, or concern that you have and would like to resolve, and you can drop it into that vast space, like dropping it into a bottomless well. As you do so, ripples of energy flow out from the empty space. You may sense this as a subtle movement, as color or shapes forming, or it may be very subtle. Say the following prayer to anchor the resolution of your situation. Holy Mother, Our Lady of Great Power, you are vaster than any concern, and our loving solutions reach me easily now. I ask for your help to recognize your guidance and the courage to act upon it at the right time in the right way through your grace for the greatest good. So be it. So just breathing into that for a moment, asking in that Mother Mary energy. The power of the Holy Mother is greater, providing you a way that is most loving, flourishing, and nourishing. So sit in that energy for a minute. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. All righty. So we are moving now from the blessing of Mother Mary and the divine feminine into the to a soul reading, to kind of see what's going on in our life path right now and any guidance that may be coming through at this time that might be meaningful to you, whether you're listening to this podcast now or later. So, because really in the big universe of things, there may not be that much time to anything anyway. So I'm going to show you 3 different decks that you can tune in. Okay. So this is card reading number 1, and it's going to come with a fluorite pointed crystal. So 3 Voyager cards, 1 angel card. Okay. So that's deck number 1, just sort of tuning in, seeing if any one of these light up in your heart. Second deck, again, 3 Voyager cards, 1 angel card, and this has a Lemurian crystal to it. So just noticing how that one feels in your body. Wisdom as you are tuning in, using your intuition of either being claircognizant, that you just have a knowingness. Clairvoyance, you have a sense of seeing, maybe a light show up around it. Clairaudient, maybe you hear a sound or a energy that you know, or just a feeling in your body. And then the third reading is 3 Voyager cards, 1 angel card, and it is a amethyst crystal. So these are the 3 readings we're going to be doing today. Again, you might find that one lights up a little bit more for you than another, and you may find that all 3 kind of sort of tell a story in its own evolution today. Okay, so we're going to start with the fluorite crystal one, the first reading here. And we're starting with the energy of confusion. And again, these are the Voyager Tarot cards. So the first card showing up here is confusion. That is 6 of crystals. So it's going to be in the mental body here, right? And so you may find that right now, as you're trying to make decisions, you're trying to move forward, the timing, you just may not have quite enough information in this moment, that if you'll just sit for the next, maybe week or 2, few days even, it feels like there'll be more information for you to pull upon to make a better decision for yourself. And so it feels like some of that mental confusion may also be coming from your own emotions, trying to process through the choices that you're making and how they may be affecting other people, or how in connection to other people, you may be processing some emotions as well. So again, just maybe with this one, not having quite enough information yet to make the best choice for you. And it might just be a timing thing, just to take a breath and sit back till you get a little bit more clarity. The second card that leads into that is the Guardian card, Women of Crystal. So again, this is another mental body card. And the Guardian of Crystal energy is really about being able to stay focused on the goal at hand, what it is that you're really wanting. So as you begin to gain greater clarity in your mind about what it is that what you really want out of this, what's in your higher good, get kind of laser beam focused on it, and all the other possibilities, just let it all go. And this is a time that you're feeling into your own emotions. How do I feel about this? What's most loving for me? What feels right in my body wisdom? Because when it comes to timing of things, your body's a really great gauge to know what the timing of things will be when you just listen to it. So if you try to push energy, you might feel a little bit anxious. If you resist energy, you might feel a little bit depressed. But when you kind of listen and just come into universal flow and just allow the universe to support you, help you, guide you, you'll find that right timing is right there, and you'll just fall right into it. So the Guardian of Crystals is about taking this maybe sacred plan, idea, goal that you have in mind, and being able to focus it. And you're also drawing that energy more from your higher self. So instead of getting caught up in all your mental imaging, all your mental body, lower mental body energy, you're going to go to your higher self and ask your higher self to show you the plan or the vision or the outcome as if this thing has already happened. So that's a really good gauge in the energy field there. Okay. The third card in the deck is the energy, the major arcana card for the Lovers, which is all about that sense of divine union, that you're really, in a sense, coming home to yourself. There is that energy of divine union happening within your energy, and following your heart's desires, and allowing that to really be kind of the higher guide right now, is listening to your heart. So you've got your higher self showing you the vision of your life, maybe from your future self energy, showing you the potential, the possibility, what would be your highest vibrational resonance? What would be your highest, if you could imagine your life, because it's good to imagine things, imagine your life at its highest level. If you were most happy, felt most secure, most loved, most grounded, most abundant, most free, that kind of energy, and how that would begin to flow in the span of things, right? And so when you're in alignment, you're in divine alignment with yourself. You're in the Lovers card. You're in that energy of divine union, where you're able to really sink into this energy now and begin to follow in human form that heart's desire, that, heart's on fire kind of energy, that path that's really going to bring you forward for your highest and best good. on that level. And it feels like what's also tied to this one for anybody who's resonating to this particular group energy, this also feels like it deals a little bit with the energy of deservability, that it's okay to love deeply. It's okay to follow the path of your heart. It's okay to be loved and to be supported. So there's a fair amount of energy that seems like is showing up. And we want to go ahead and call in if deservability is something that's showing up around this particular reading for anybody who's aligned with it. We want to go ahead and call in that cosmic force of pure love and light streaming through your belief systems, your emotions, your heart, your feelings, clearing any place out of our energy field that we may feel stuck, that we may feel undeserving of love, that we may feel like it's not okay to express our true heart feelings and what it is we're really wanting in our life, you know, on that level. And so clearing all that out of our heart, that cosmic force of pure love and light streaming through us, clearing the energy, releasing it out into the universe to be instantly transmuted, releasing it to the earth to be transmuted, just letting it go. Any undeservability, and just drop into your belly. And you want to actually breathe into be undeserving of love, of your higher vision, of your higher truth of why you even came to the planet. So really in your energy field, there's this whole energy where you are aligning to the energy of your heart center, your divine plan, your soul blueprint, and how that's based in the heart, because we're literally living on the planet of heart, of divine love energy, right? And so this is a big one to really kind of acknowledge, to open up, and to allow into your life stream. And so going to any memory, anything that kind of comes to you, maybe even in the present moment where you might feel undeserving, or also any confusion, like think about something you might feel some confusion around right now. So confusion, undeservability, feeling uncertain, feeling kind of afraid, making choices, moving forward. Just dropping down into your belly area, all the way down into your, that navel area, down to the pelvic floor, navel area, breathing in. And noticing in your energy field, any memories, thoughts, people, anything that comes up that you're questioning within yourself. Calling in that pure love and light, purified source energy, grace and gratitude, calling into the all your tribes and councils of light that can help you right now. Your own I am presence. And take whatever's coming forward, whether it's a current relationship, financial issues, something in your future, whatever it is that you might have confusion, undeservability, anything about right now. And I want you to ask your higher self to show you the perfected vision. Like, what would be the resource, the perfected vision? What feels most unconditionally loving to you as a resource right now around this problem that you may be having, this issue? And again, just asking your higher self to show you a perfected vision, or opening up to what feels most loving for you. Okay, and then as we move into the angel card that goes along with this reading, it's from the angelic messenger cards by Meredith Young Sowers, and the card is freedom. And so as you begin noticing this energy of seeing the perfected vision of how your life is moving forward with ease and grace, smooth sailing, what feels most unconditionally loving for you, and noticing the freedom that starts to come from this. Now, the freedom card, this particular angelic energy and how it connects to the nature kingdom. It's the feeling of freedom that maybe we're wanting from this particular reading that's come up for us, is the feeling of freedom. So I want you to drop into your energy field and breathe into feeling free, either in the issue that came forward for you right now, and just noticing if you felt free in the present moment, right? Just breathing in and out, noticing feeling free in the present moment. Free to speak your truth, free to acknowledge your true feelings, free to be unconditionally loving with yourself, to be unconditionally honest with others. And notice just even freedom with your breath, just breathing in and noticing, taking a breath that feels very free, and that you're not bound by anything or anyone, that this is your life, that you have your own individualized fingerprint. The minute that umbilical cord is cut, you are having, you're your own unique being right then and there. And you have chapters of your life that are yet to be released, written, aligned for yourself right now. So aligning that energy as we give thanks this is done on that first reading. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we're going to go into the second card reading. All right, welcome back. So we are moving right along. We have done the Mother Mary cards. Then we have done our first out of 3 readings. So now we're moving into the second reading here, 3 Voyager cards, 1 angel card. And this is with the Lemurian crystal, that crystal that really kind of highlights a lot of that Lemurian consciousness for us here. So, all right. So, cleansing that violet transmuting flame, clearing the energy of the first card reading, moving into the second one here. So our first energy showing up is the Censor. This is Woman of Wands. So the Censor card is all about really being able to use your higher senses, your intuition, however your intuition comes across for you, right? And we all have different forms of intuition that we can work with. The more common ones is going to be claircognizant, which is in the 7th chakra. It's where we are tuning in through the 7th chakra and, having more of a knowingness about life. You may not see it, you may not hear it, you may not sense it, but you just know this is the right thing. You have a knowingness about somebody or their character, a knowingness about, which direction to go or which stocks to buy or which trip to take. So kind of more of a knowingness type energy is claircognizant. Your third eye deals with being clairvoyant, where you really have that energy of clear sight. Maybe you see colors, lights. Some people even get kind of like a ticker tape of words that come across their forehead area that they kind of read and they just know what to say. So there's just like different things that come in for people who are clairvoyant, being able sometimes to see other beings, other energies, and that kind of energy. So the clairvoyance, clear sight. The next one is clairaudient, and that's where you actually can hear more of the information that's coming in. So sometimes you might hear voices or hear information. You might hear celestial sounds, things of that kind of frequency. But sound is also, which is a little bit tricky here, sound is also related to the emotional body and the feelings, because emotions and feelings have a sound frequency that vibrates to them. So sometimes when people are clairaudient, they are hearing energy, but they're sort of translating it through a particular emotion or feeling, like that somebody might feel sad, has a vibration to it that can be picked up by clairaudient people as well. Yeah. Okay. And then you have sometimes that one also, the clairaudient can also affect the throat chakra, your ability to command energy, to send energy, to be a speaker. Claireloquence can also come through the throat. People who, when they start channeling in a sense or streamlining energy, they are just claireloquent. Words come out differently than what they might usually say just from their personality because they're tapped in and tuned in. Then there is that energy of being clairsentient, dealing with a lot of the feeling body, picking up on your heart's wisdom, picking up on emotional energy. Um, for some people, they just feel everything in their heart, and some people feel everything in their emotions, which is a little bit more solar plexus type area. And then you have your body wisdom, which goes down more to the sacral energy, where, you know, maybe you get goosebumps, or maybe you get chills about something, or you feel hot or cold, or sensations that come towards you. And also in your body's wisdom, you may know which herbs to take, which foods to eat or not eat. If you should go left or right, you know, the timing of certain things. So the body wisdom, that sacral one, is a really good one to have. And again, we actually all have all of those within us. It's just we might lean towards one more than another. So in the sensor card, which is the first one on our Voyager card reading today, it's about really tuning in to all of your higher sensory awareness and bringing in all that information, because this is how you might get more information that you might need, even from the first reading, is just really tuning in, listening, knowing, hearing, sensing, feeling. What is really your truth, and sensing the flow of energy. You can even sense universal flow, universal timing, things of that nature. So using your intuition right now is super beneficial for you, and to really trust what you pick up. The next card in the reading here is balance. So the more you kind of open up to your sensory awarenesses, and we can even for a moment, let's just tune in to all of our sensory awarenesses. And we just want to imagine turning on the light circuit, turning on the switch to all forms of our intuition that are available to us, just turning them all on. Because what happens with intuition is they actually really work well together as a concert of energy, almost like a symphony. Because when you only use one type of intuition or another, that's okay. You know, I mean, that does give you a lot of information. But when you start turning on the switches to being clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, your body wisdom, your heart wisdom, it's like it creates this beautiful symphony of energy where you're really able to have like a very deep living experience of what's going on in a situation. And that can actually help you quite a lot to be more solid in your intuition, not to be overwhelmed by it, but to actually have more awareness and feel more solid with it. So the second card is balance. So the more you are open to all forms of your intuition and trusting it and asking for that guidance to come forth. Sometimes it's just a matter of asking. I am literally asking for guidance on what is in my highest and best good. What's the timing of this? What's going on? And right here, the balance is something that comes out of this. Now, the Major Arcana Balance card is all about having your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies all balanced so that you are in a really nice integrity within yourself, that you're congruent within yourself, that you are making compatible life choices, again, because you tuned into your intuition and you're sensing what's right for you, what's right in your energy field. And asking for that guidance and listening will create a great amount of balance and harmony in your life as you move forward in any life decision you may be trying to make in this moment. The third card that comes up is Passion, 10 of Cups. So passion's going to be really kind of coming out of the cups, out of the emotional body, but it's a lot about how the heart has evolved itself. 10 is a card that says, you know, you've gone through the aces, which are the ones, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you've gone through this whole path of all of the path cards. Now you're at a 10. You're really kind of at the end of a journey here where your heart has gained a tremendous amount of wisdom to it in your emotional body. You really do know more than what you probably realize. You probably really do know more of what you want and how you feel and the direction you want to go in. And so really trusting your heart's wisdom and feeling what makes you happy, what brings you bliss, what is most loving for you, what brings you joy, and really opening up to the energy of that higher passion in your life right now and letting that passion really kind of guide you in your energy field. So with that, the thing that we may want to kind of clear through in our energy field for a moment is where it is that we are in a place of maybe not always listening to our intuition, not trusting our intuition, or making our heart, our passions wrong. And so I want you, again, if we just want to do a clearing on this particular reading, breathing into your energy field, and getting in touch with, for a moment, your higher intuition. And it could be whichever one you lean into the most. I happen to be more clairaudient, so it's more like hearing the information. But breathing in for a moment and noticing which intuition you kind of want to focus on, opening up all of them really, but just focusing on which one that you lean into the most. Noticing that part of your body. So if it's your heart, breathe into your heart. If it's your head, your mental body, seventh chakra, breathe there. If it's your body wisdom, breathe into the second chakra. I just want you to breathe into that area and then breathe out, and using your breath to actually open and expand your intuition. So I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. Allowing your intuition to open, allowing all aspects of your intuition to open, begin streamlining together in one fluid motion, one symphony of energy. Tuning in and noticing in your energy field, your intuition, and any place that maybe you discount it. So drop into your belly, breathe into any place where you're afraid to trust your intuition and to trust your heart, your passion. So we're just breathing now down into the belly part. This is the unconscious part. That's why we're going to breathe into it. Breathe into be afraid. Breathing in and breathing out, be afraid. Of trusting my intuition, my inner guidance system, my tribes and councils of light, source energy, the universe, universal timing, universal flow. Afraid to trust your own wisdom, soul wisdom, inner guidance, feelings, heart. Noticing any emotions that come up as we're just talking through this, going through these different layers. Calling in that energy of pure love and light, streaming through your system, cosmic force of pure love and light, clearing that energy all the way through, opening up and feeling that energy of acknowledging. So the angel card that we're working with, again, angelic messenger deck, is acknowledgement, and just noticing yourself acknowledging your own feelings, intuition, heart, wisdom, passions, your own inner truth. And that's really what it comes down to, is your inner truth, right? When it comes to our intuition. And so just breathing in to that sense of acknowledgement, acknowledging your own inner truth, your angelic guidance, your I am presence, giving thanks this is done, and so it is. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned for our last and third deck for the day. Welcome back. All right. So we are here now with our third and final deck, and we are working with the amethyst pointed crystal here with our 3 Voyager cards and angel card. All right. So on this third reading, if that's the one that appealed to you, or maybe you chose all 3 and you're kind of at the end of the journey here, but if this is the one that appealed to you, what we're doing here is we're starting with the energy of integrity. 9 of Wands. So 9 is really where you're starting to come to the end of one journey. You're beginning another journey. And you really feel perhaps finally that you're more in integrity with yourself. Wands is more in the spirit realm. So your spirit body, where you're coming into alignment and integrity with your own spirit. And so from trusting your intuition, trusting it and following through on it, which is really important from the last reading that we just did, the integrity is what naturally would follow here. And finding your own inner integrity comes a lot from making compatible life choices. Like once you trust your intuition and you start asking throughout the day, I wonder what's most loving for me, or does this feel good or not? Do I get a green light or yellow light, red light? You know, if you're using that form of intuition and start trusting that, you'll find that your energy around integrity really moves a lot easier. And you are not only in integrity with your money, your integrity with people, because you start the journey being in integrity with ourselves. And a lot of times I find what happens is we sometimes maybe have good intentions to be in integrity with things outside of us without first being in integrity with ourselves. And the way we get into integrity with ourselves is through unconditional love. And unconditional love is where you're simply breathing into your heart and asking the question from a heart space, I wonder what's most unconditionally loving for me, or, you know, in this situation, or just how do I feel about something, really stopping and listening. How do I feel in this moment? A lot of times we're living more out of our personality, our unconscious, our reactionary modes of life, our, just behavior patterns, survival patterns. And so most of our life, we're living perhaps out of conditional love. And that's where we really get out of integrity with ourselves. And then it always will end up causing usually a misalignment with others. So it's staying in integrity with ourselves first and foremost by listening to our feelings, listening to our intuition, listening to our guidance. A lot of times what also can be very helpful to sometimes just talk it out in your head is to do journaling. So for a lot of people coming into integrity, they're able to find their inner truth simply through writing and journaling, doing morning pages first thing when they get up. Your dreams is also a great way. If you can remember your dreams, write them down and really kind of do a little bit of dream work. That will also help you sort of see what's going on in your energy field. So staying in integrity with yourself, making compatible life choices, which comes out of a way of being that takes some courage and strength to do, which is staying unconditionally loving within yourself first and foremost. And an easy way to do that is just I'm breathing in, breathing into I am, using an I am statement. I am the all-consuming flame of unconditional love. And just sort of staying true to that. I am the all-consuming flame of unconditional love. Starting your day, practicing that throughout the day, ending your day with it. Another one that I find is really soothing and very helpful to stay in integrity with yourself is breathing into the sacred chamber of your heart, like that sacred chamber, that secret chamber of your heart, which is the chalice, the Holy Grail. It's that energy where your spirit comes in and rests in the high heart energy. And so when you start meditating, breathing, walking, cooking, communicating with people, whatever it is you may be doing, and you're breathing into the sacred chamber of your heart, you can literally feel a palpable shift of energy in the room. Like I just shifted into it right now as I'm doing this. I'm breathing into the sacred chamber of my heart. I'm the all-consuming flame of unconditional love. And you can literally feel a shift in the energy, whether you're hearing it, sensing it, feeling it, watching it, whatever. There's like this very loving shift. And again, remembering what I was saying in the beginning is that we're all connected through a morphogenetic field of light. So if one of us shifts and goes into that sacred chamber of our heart and we start sitting there as a resting place, other people will feel it and start to come into integrity with us. Universal flow, universal timing, everything starts flowing in integrity with our energy around that, which is really a very beautiful energy to sit in. Again, that morphogenetic field, that heart chamber, because the heart, when you access the heart energy, that chamber of the heart, it goes out into infinity, actually. So it's an infinite source of energy in quantum physics. So it's also the way in which we manifest and create the best from is that. So yes, you do want to hold a vision in your mind, like that guardian woman of crystals, the guardian card. You want to hold a vision in your mind, but once you put your heart into it and you sit in the all-consuming flame of unconditional love, or the energy of a sacred chamber of your heart, there is an innate divine love, wisdom, and power that dwells within that chamber. So it's the feeling of love is what it sort of funds the energy, you know, it kind of supports it, the feeling tone. The wisdom gives the blueprint, the vision, and divine power is the activation of spirit coming through you and acting. So when you're sitting in the sacred chamber of the heart, one of the neat things is that you can let go. You don't have to control the how, the when, the where, the timing, any of that. The sacred chamber of the heart starts lining up your entire world to flow in a really cool synchronicity of miracles that you couldn't even imagine possible. And you just let go. So you might visualize what you're wanting because you're giving direction for what your free will is. You hold it in the sacred chamber of the heart with all of your love for that higher vision that you're wanting to experience. And in the process of that, the universe then comes in, universe, source energy, I am presence comes in and can act through you, because when you sit in the sacred chamber of the heart or the flame of unconditional love, that's you getting out of the way. That's you getting rid of your mind, your personality, your unconscious issues, all those different things. It kind of clears out. It's pretty miraculous. The second card that complements that energy, being in integrity, is the energy of the Empress. The Empress is she's a leader in her own right, you know, carrying the energy of the divine feminine into the world, the nurturing, the caring. She's all about home and community, and being able to bring forth a higher component of that love and that energy to the forefront. And as a major arcana card, she's really, you know, opening up the heart so that you can sit in that sacred heart energy, that flame of unconditional love. So you're no longer now creating your life out of conditional love, conditional experiences, which always sort of tagline a form of pain and suffering that you're going to be learning from on that level. When you sit in unconditional love, you're beginning to learn your life lessons now with joy, with harmonious perfection, divine right alignment, ease and grace. And so this energy of the Empress is just blessing your journey forward and allowing in that higher frequency of divine love to start blessing your journey, any issues that you may have brought forward right now into this energy. So the beloved Empress card, carrying that frequency of divine love, that also works very well with the Mother Mary card that we were working with earlier, that the divine feminine power, you know, great power energy. And so getting in touch with, for a moment, that aspect of your own sacred fire love, breathing into the sacred chamber of your heart, that field of unconditional love, and just notice how it feels when you drop into that space, when you drop into that space for yourself. I'm the all-consuming flame of unconditional love. I'm resting, I'm sitting, I'm surrendering, I'm aligning, I'm in integrity with the sacred heart, the sacred chamber of my heart. And just notice how your whole heart center begins to expand and align. Okay, and so with that, the third card is the card for synthesis. And this is 8 of crystals. It's in the mental body, where we started with confusion. We're now ending with synthesis. So as we've kind of processed this journey today through all the cards, synthesis is the one where all the things in the mind, everything starts to make sense. All your resources start to come together. The mind now has a positive direction to go in, to hold a vision for you. and the resources and everything starts to align, but you can see the big picture, you can see the puzzle, you can see where we're going with all this now. So this is where the mind is in coherence with your heart. And that's what we really want, is the mind to be in coherence with your heart. So you're not practicing doing things out of conditional love, but unconditional love brings you back into coherence, and the mind can actually work to your benefit. And then the final outcome is belief, believing in yourself, believing in that higher power and that higher connection. And that will take you sort of the distance here. And that energy is that energy of faith, belief, hope, really going to that higher level and believing in yourself and believing in this energy and all the beings of light who can help you. So if you wanted to learn more about your tribe of light, you can go to mywildmagic.com. Again, that's mywildmagic.com. Or for personal sessions, you can do a free quiz. And I'm also offering a soul vision quest coming up March 14th through the 22nd. You can sign up there and check it out as well. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks for tuning in to My Wild Magic with me, your host, Adrienne Cobb. Each one of us has a soul purpose on this earth and a higher purpose full of creative expression and unique soul attributes. Make sure to tune in next week on transformationtalkradio.com to continue your journey home to your truest self and pursue the path of unconditional self-love. If you would like to learn more about me, visit mywildmagic.com. Again, that's mywildmagic.com.